Hello everybody, welcome to the new show. As you can see, I don't have any animation, mainly because I have not mastered on how to do it yet. Same thing goes for the lip syncing, thus no mouth. So, I want to talk about the news that's happening at E3. Now, speaking as someone who did not get a chance to go, who has only heard rumor mills coming from the internet, which 90% of the time are false anyway, there is one that fans have always theorized about this, but this is actually happening. God of War 4 will be moving out of Greece and into the Nordic territory. This, I feel as if it's a good thing. If you look at the gameplay trailer, I would love to show you the gameplay trailer, but due to copyright information, I cannot do that. You see Kratos, and he's a little bit different. He's rocking a huge man beard, and he's got a son. Now, you might be thinking, what happened? Well, I hope to break that down with you right now as we speak. After the events of God of War 3, Kratos kills himself. As you can see, he plunges. If you look back on it, he killed himself, but at the end of the credits, he was able to somehow get away from it. Like, walk away as if nothing happened. This may be because he is indeed half immortal. He is Zeus's son, so he could have very well, not have had it affect him. But what he was looking for was not vengeance during the entire course of the franchise. He wasn't looking for revenge. He was looking for closure. A way to end the nightmares of him slaying his mother and child. He was looking definitely for closure, and this closure was denied to him. The gods forbid him from being able to forgive himself for these atrocities that he committed. Thus the events of God of War 1, 2, and then in 3, when he finally did it, he killed himself. That was him punishing himself. And all that rage was let out as he was beating Zeus to death. All that rage just vented out. I mean, have you ever been so angry you just wanted to punch something? I'm sure you have. A lot of people have. Myself included. And maybe he just needed a good old-fashioned just beating the living blood out of everybody. Once he accomplished that, what was left? Hope. Hope is what was left in him. After he saw the people of Greece suffering from the plagues that he brought about, he realized they needed hope too. That's why he plunged the sword into him. The reason why he did not give it to this higher form Athena is, if you notice in that game, Athena seems a lot more assertive than normal. Like, she's just, flat out honestly, she comes off as a bitch. Demanding that she would be the one to lead them. Thus sounding very power hungry, which is not exactly going to play into the favor of Kratos whatsoever. So maybe he felt as if it would be best if they had hope. That he knew that the people of Greece would know what to do with it. And thus the reason why he did that. I think after that he got his closure. I theorize that he gathered himself up, got himself, and walked away. He got closure for the crimes that he committed. He was able to finally forgive himself for committing these atrocious acts. Thus the reason why he moves up north, bears a child. In the gameplay trailer, I did not see any indication that his wife was around or alive. But I also notice how there's certain Nordic forces that are against him. I'm going to take a wild shot in the dark here and say they might have had something to do with the reason why you don't see Kratos' wife. And maybe Kratos realizes that revenge would be best if it was him and his son. You notice throughout the gameplay trailer, he states to his son that he was not ready until the final moment. Just before the dragon flies over them, he tells him he's ready. Maybe he was training his son on how to fight alongside him. Perhaps. This is all speculation, of course. This is all just shots in the dark. There could be 1,000,001 different reasons. I mean, for all we know, his wife could have just been there behind him the entire time and not noticed. But one thing I did notice is that there's a bit of an RPG element to it, because there's a split second in the gameplay trailer that says knowledge learned. So there's education branches going on. I mean, are we looking at kind of like a another certain fantasy realm that has dragons in it? I honestly hope so. I think God of War could really use a change in gameplay and a change of style, rather than just kill everything in sight and gather their blood red orbs in order to get stronger. Maybe there's going to be an element of exploration involved. But again, this is all speculation. The game is, from what I've seen of their release date, the game is mostly done. It's probably just in beta right now, because it is saying early next year. But at the same time, they could just mighty number 9 it and delay it and delay it and delay it and delay it again. But as the God of War franchise continues to grow and evolve, a lot of people may be wondering, why didn't he stick with the Greek era? Because when Athena died, she became green and achieved a quote-unquote higher level. So one would, of course, take a wild shot in the dark and theorize that all the Greek gods did the same thing and developed Roman names. Well, then Kratos wouldn't be able to kill them. And when they achieved this higher realm, they evidently changed personalities. Zeus was plagued with fear. Thus the reason why he did what he did to Kratos during the events of the games. It was out of fear. Maybe that fear was driven out of him when Kratos killed him. Thus no more conflict. No more reason for Kratos to have his revenge against them, because all he was seeking in the first place was closure. He closed a chapter on his life and moved on. Very, actually kind of sentimental if you think about it. But as Kratos, I guess, moved north, you can definitely tell us there's still a little more bloodlust left in him, that he's still got that Spartan mentality. And maybe he's also a lot more gentler with his son than you would expect a Spartan to be. And because if you notice throughout the gameplay, he's actually gentle towards him. Even very much like a father should be. Which is not the same treatment that he got, obviously. Well, there's not much time left on the ticker that I'm looking at right now, and I just wanted to theorize a little bit about God of War 4. Again, everything is just speculation at this point. And I'm really hopeful for the game, and I will be talking about other games as I develop more thoughts about them. I did, however, see the Friday the 13th demo, which that's a topic for another video, because that one's just going to be a real quick one, because I got a few things that kind of irritate me with that demo from what I've seen of it so far. And, well, actually, you know what? I got enough time to talk about it real quick. On second thought, maybe I don't. Alright, well, I hope you enjoy this new format, and I'm going to be talking a lot more than just video games on this format. I'm also going to be talking about history and various other topics as well as certain things that irritate me, thus the topic for my next video, which is something I've always wanted to stay away from politics, but there's just a few things off my chest that I have to get out. And I really hope you can bear with me through all that, because it's just something that I feel as if should be said, even though it's been said a million times, but I feel like I got to put my 2 cents into it. And it might be a tad bit controversial, but you know what? This is my opinion, and everyone's entitled to their opinion on any subject. Whether or not you want to hear it is a completely different story, but I'm still pondering that. So, with all due respect, I'm going to probably just let it all out in one video. Just get the whole thing done with, about how I feel about what's happening in the United States of America, especially with the incoming election. So, until then, this is Belmont signing off, hoping that next time you see me, I'll have a mouth at least. or maybe at least some quality animation. But it's a learning progress, so I guess I have to take it one step at a time. That's the only way to learn. Well, until then, see you later. Goodbye. Take care.